Hey, Dan Passarelli here. Well, I was over at a friend's house the other day who don't have anything to do with trading and don't really invest or anything. And we found ourselves talking about NVDA. I did not bring up the subject, and my friend was asking how to buy, how to short it, and I talked about buying puts and just is it going to keep going? And I have found over the last 30 years of being in this business that when people who have nothing to do with trading or investing start talking about a specific stock or a specific happening, it's usually the end of the regime. So I don't know if I certainly have not been necessarily poo pooing NVIDIA's move by any stretch of the imagination, but it does have a fairly robust PE ratio. It has had a pretty good run. Kathy Woods has been selling out some of it in favor of investing in some other stocks. So maybe there could be a pullback. I don't know this. I'm not predicting it, but a lot of signs kind of lead to that. So the question becomes, what do you do about that? What do you buy if and when NVIDIA pulls back? Well, there's something that we talk about often called the rotation. And that typically has to do with interest rates classically, where when interest rates go up, investors sell out of growth stocks, which are mainly tech stocks that need to borrow money to grow their business, and in favor of buying just cyclicals, retail stocks and just consumer staples, things that people need. And then, of course, when interest rates go down, they get back into growth stocks and out of consumer staples. So this is not about an interest rate change. This is about sort of a potential pullback in NVIDIA. So it's definitely a very different situation. But as we've talked about, and as I think you've probably noticed on your own by now, anybody who's invested in the S&P 500 is making money because of NVIDIA and just literally a couple of other stocks. So when NVIDIA pulls back, what happens to those other stocks is the question of the day. So there could be, even though the stocks didn't follow NVIDIA up, some of those stocks could follow NVIDIA down. Or they could follow NVIDIA down in the beginning, but it could give us a great opportunity to buy some really, really quality candidates in what people typically think of as cyclicals, which again is retailers and staples and just things that people need on a regular basis that are not related to the tech world or aggressive growth stocks. So that could be, from an investment standpoint, the next big opportunity. We'll be keeping an eye on that from a technical and a fundamental standpoint. And of course, looking at the volatility, because actually, I guess maybe this is a thing for another video, but the volatility of the S&P 500 has also been very contingent on NVIDIA. Let's save that for another time. This is Dan Passarelli. Hope that helps. Trade smart.